Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to do the installation of this auto dimming mirror on my Honda Jazz. Now I sourced this mirror from eBay, shipped all the way from Lithuania to my home at Palakkad via New Delhi. I paid a total of rupees 4,370, rupees 3,500 for the mirror and rupees 870 as customs duties. Now the donor car for this mirror is a Toyota Corolla. This particular eBay dealer is a scrap dealer and I sourced it for a very good bargain. Now this mirror is also used in a whole lot of Toyota cars as well. And it's a lovely piece of equipment. The OEM is Gentex as is specified here. It's not a frameless mirror. You can see a thin bezel around the mirror. In case you're wondering about the unboxing video, here it goes. So to understand why an auto dimming mirror is better than a flip type day-night mirror, you need to see this video. Guys, so this is the view from the rear view mirror while I'm sitting inside the Jazz, and you have the high beam from the Seltos trailing me. Now, when I flip the switch on this day-night mirror, you get the alternate view. Now, don't worry because we are parked inside our society here, and this is just for demonstration, but this is the dimmed view when I flip the switch, and this is the normal view. Now let me show you the difference when I have the auto dimming mirror installed. Now to install an auto dimming mirror on your car, there are two things you need to be careful about. One is you need to tap plus 12 volt supply from your car. It could be from your fuse box using a fuse tap cable like this one, which we just prepared for my dash cam hardwiring kit. Number two, you need to be careful about the mount. I'd say number two is more important because you can still tap plus 12 volt from anywhere, but this mount is important. Now the good part about the Toyota Corolla's mount is this particular mount is used in a whole lot of cars that I've listed here, and they are intercompatible. So if your car is featured in the list above, you can simply get one of these mirrors and get on with it. Now, here is the thing. This particular mirror comes with a proprietary 10-pin connector. So this is a proprietary 10-pin connector that comes with this mirror. But you don't have to worry about it because out of these 10 pins, we are going to be needing only 2 pins. In fact, there's a third pin which is used for the reverse light. That is when you enable reverse in your car, the dimming effect has to stop. So you get a very clear view of the rear, but I'm not going to be connecting the reverse signal or tap into the reverse signal's light bulb from the tail light. I'm just going to be connecting only the ignition, that is plus 12 volt, and the ground. Now to know which are those, so when you're facing the connector up front with these two tabs here, the rightmost terminal on the top row, that is plus 12 volt, and the one adjacent to it is ground. So here, this blue cable, this is plus 12 volt or ignition, and the one next to it, black one, so that is ground. You can just ignore the other cable. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be trimming this connector. I don't want this anymore. I'm just going to be tapping into these two connections here. So let's go ahead and do that. Plus, like I said before, you're going to be needing plus 12 volt from your fuse box or from your cabin light, wherever it is. So I always prefer a fuse tap cable like this. Now I already made one for hardwiring my dash cam. So I'm going to be tapping into this. I have two connections here for the plus 12 volt. The first thing that we're going to do is trim this connector and connect the female lead of this 2-pin connector to these two cables. So let's go ahead and do that. There's a cloth tape here. You need to carefully undo the tape. So once you strip the cloth tape from these cables, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cables here. You'll notice that in addition to the blue cable, you got 2 black cables, but one of them has a red line on it. So remember not to tap into that. Your ignition is the blue cable, plus 12 volt, and the ground is the pure black out. So this is a wiring diagram and it is pretty simple. I'm using a fuse tap cable to tap into the fuse slot on my Jazz's internal fuse box, and the plus 12 volt is led to the mirror and a 12 volt to USB converter to power the dash cam. The ground connection is tapped from the cabin lights fastener, which is screwed to the body of the car directly. Remember, the entire body of the car acts as a ground. Now, I've already made a detailed video on how to make the hardwiring kit for the dash cam using the fuse tap cable, and this same cable is used for the mirror as well. So please check out that video to see how the wiring harness is prepared. Okay, now that the wiring is completed, let us do a quick bench test. This one goes to the dash cam. This is the plus 12 volt input that we connected to the mirror. That is done. Now let's power her up. There you go. You can see the light glowing here. If I turn it off, so that completes our wiring up part. Now the next part is installation, which is pretty simple. What we'll do is we'll route this fuse tap cable all the way from the fuse box, which is located next to the bonnet lever opener in my Honda Jazz, through the side of the dashboard, through the A-pillar trim, below the headliner, all the way till the cabin light. Remember, the fuse tap cable that I have prepared serves two purposes in my car. One is to power the USB dash cam, this one, and number two is to power the auto dimming interior rear view mirror. So let's go ahead and do it. In your car, it is possible that the fuse box is a lot more accessible, like in case of the Volkswagen Polo or the Hyundai i10 Neos, the Exter, etc. So you can simply pry open the fuse box cover and you can access this. So this particular fuse slot, this empty fuse slot, this is what we intend to use. And this one turns off once the car is turned off. So we'll use that. So I've connected the fuse tap cable to the empty slot, as you can see here. Remember, orientation of the fuse tap point also matters. If I reverse the orientation of the fuse tap such that the red wire is coming out from the right side, it won't work. So keep that in mind. Also, I have used an empty slot. You don't have to do that necessarily. You can also tap into a slot where a fuse is already present, but you have to take out that fuse and insert it into the empty slot on your fuse tap cable here, as shown in the image. Now remember, this is that grounding lug which you have prepared, so that has to come inside in the Honda Jazz. One of the cabin lights screw hole is actually connected through a grounding lug, which you can see here. You can see that there's this tab here, this is the one that goes and locks into that mount on the windshield. So you have to slightly push this below and pry the mirror out. And tuck the cable inside. Guys, check this out. So we have the Toyota's mirror. The dimming function is turned off. You can see the amount of glare that's hitting you. Now once I turn on the dimming function, that is a world of difference. And so much convenient when you're driving in the night. So this is a super useful upgrade. In case you don't have an auto dimming mirror in your car, please consider buying one. This is an absolutely useful upgrade.